Okay, here's the situation. We're back. The Currys are coming. And we left off last week, a couple of weeks ago at this point, talking about which candy bar you would choose if you had to. And there was 3 choices that you had, which was the one you liked, the one that probably would be good, suitable for both of you, and the one that your spouses like. And you only had enough for one. So we didn't want to leave you without giving you guys our answers, and so we wrote them down, and we haven't revealed them to each other yet. But now it's now it's time for the reveal. All right, so
it's like a game show.
The candy, yeah. This is what, if you haven't done this with your spouse, make sure you do so. Have that fun activity. Ask them, to write down which candy bar they would choose, and you do the same. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, ready? Open it up. Oh, you put the both of us one?
Mm-hmm.
And I put what?
The one I would
like. The one you would like.
Interesting.
I picked the one that she would like because, I don't know, for some reason I thought about maybe we was traveling or something and you needed some snack. And maybe I wanted to just take care of my girl. But just thinking about her first, that's what I would choose. Knowing my wife, at first I probably would have thought about the one that I wanted because she would want to make me happy. So I was thinking about maybe I'll just pick the one that I wanted. But in the end, I know that she's probably going to give me the one that I picked for her anyway, which is probably not the one that I wanted, but I'm going to use it. I don't know. But
so I feel like your answer went really good with what we talked about in our last video, right? Thinking about the other person first. I chose the candy bar that we would both like because I think my answer goes along with what we're going to talk about today. And I chose the one that we both like because I feel like we should do this together. I don't want to always get everything that he wants. Honestly. There's times that I should get what I want and there's times that he should get what he wants. But I don't always want to get him everything that he wants because I still have my own independence in this relationship, in this marriage. Right? And so I don't want to lose myself. I want to make sure that I'm getting what I need too. And so if I get the candy bar that we both like, I'm thinking about both of us in this moment. And I'm getting something that we can enjoy together.
Excellent. So for whatever reasons that you guys chose it, please talk about it. Share the experience. Chat to us. Let us know what those responses were.
Yeah,
and even if you find yourself too busy, do it at work.
We want to hear from you. Share when you did this together. Share what your answers were and how you guys responded to each other.
So this segment is really to talk about the spices of life.
Ooh, so all the spices in that big pot, like that you're cooking with, right?
Yep, that you're cooking with, the spices of life. People talk about that, and it's actually an acronym. So the SPICES stands for spiritual. P is for physical. The I is for intellectual. The C is for creative. The E is for emotional. And the last S is for what, honey?
Social.
Social.
So these are all the areas, and not just all, let me not say that. They're not all the areas in your life that have needs, but there's some of the areas of your life where there are needs, they're areas of need. You need to meet these needs. You need to take care of yourself. So your spices are the ways that you take care of you, the needs that you have that need to be taken care of.
So, of course, we're going to leave you with a little home activity, and then we're going to draw on this in the next segment. But the spices are definitely very important for you as a spouse to really take on your own. And I'll talk about this a little bit more, but my first impressions on when I was getting married as a man, I'm going to continue to say that, as a man, I wanted to make sure that I took care of all my wife's needs, and I can take care of all my wife's needs. But when it comes to spices, each person has to be responsible for their own needs, for meeting their own needs. And if my needs are met, if I can take care of my needs, and she can take care of her spices, and I can take care of my spices, in other words, then together, ooh, when you talk about churning and making that mix, honey, yes, now we're cooking.
And I also think it's important that we are aware of how to meet our own needs. I can't pour into my husband. I can't meet the needs that he has if I don't know how to meet my own. We are also parent educators. So we do a lot of work with families and do parenting programs. And we teach the spices in that space too, right? You cannot help your children know how to meet their needs if you don't know how to meet your own needs yourself. And so this spices activity and this conversation is a conversation you can have with each other, but it's also a conversation you need to have with yourself. Am I getting my own needs met? How do I meet my own needs? Am I low in some areas? Is there too much going on in one area where I need to kind of balance it out? But you need to know yourself. Know yourself and know when your needs are not being met and know when they are met and know how to meet them.
So that's a good time to introduce the activity. We always want to leave you with something to draw back to. And so there's a wonderful little sheet here that I'm going to pull up.
Make sure that it's...
All right. Is that good?
It says this, the Spices of Life wheel. And so this, I hope you can see it, but it's really a pie chart, right? And you can draw it on a piece of paper. You can use a paper plate. You can use a paper plate and just draw lines and make the triangles, but it's your life wheel. But it's the life wheel of your spices. Your spiritual, your physical, your intellectual, your creative, your emotional, and your social needs. And when you make this chart for yourself, we want you to rate yourself 1 to 10. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. How am I meeting my need for my social need?
So that's the activity we're going to do next too, together.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we can do that.
That'll work.
But go through each spice, right? How are you meeting your social need? How are you meeting the physical need in your life? How are you meeting your intellectual need? How are you meeting your creative need? How are you meeting your emotional need? And how are you meeting your spiritual need? Rate yourself from 1 to 10. Am I doing really bad in this? We just lost our light. It's okay. Am I doing really bad in this? Am I a 0, a 1, or 2, or 3? Or am I doing really good in this and I feel good where I'm at in this area with an 8, 9, or maybe even a 10? But again, if you know yourself and you know where you are in these areas of your needs and you can rate yourself, then you're going to be able to know what you need to add more to. How you need to work that up. Maybe that's a weak area, and you need to add more to it. And then when you know yourself, you can sit with your husband or your spouse and say, hey, this is where I'm at in this area. Maybe they can help you with it.
So that's your assignment. And I think that concludes this segment.
I think so.
So, hashtag CurrysRComing.
And we're coming for your marriage. We're coming for your relationships. We're coming for your parenting. And we're coming for your soul care.
Coming for your soul care.
Because we want to make sure God is in the center of all of it. So the Currys are coming.
See you next time.
Make sure you do your activity. We'll talk to you soon.
Peace.
Be good.